Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft Chaosville. I'm your host, Kieran Dave, who is the creator of the Resin Rise mod pack, but not anyone of particular significance on this server. And yes, we run the Chaosville mod pack as well. So, today I was just in the middle. You caught up with me just as I was finishing up setting up a system that uses wireless redstone to inhibit. Well, no, I didn't really want to do that. Inhibit some of my rituals, specifically these two down here. Right now I have inhibited one of them just to show you, but basically what we do is we put down one of these things and use a, well, no, let's shift right click. Yeah, there we go. We want to directly power the master ritual stones. If you directly power it, then, well, it actually inhibits the ritual. So you can use redstone to control your ritual, which is sort of important. So let's see, let's make this, I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 10, and then 11. Yeah, so now we have inhibited this one. If we go ahead and use our amazing wand of the portable hole to pop back up here, and let's just turn off 511, then we should find, and turn, or actually let's turn on 511 to inhibit it, and turn off 510, we should find that we get regenerated back to full health. Now, of course, this means that we aren't replenishing our LP, but if we turn on this one, if we turn this one, then we're not getting regenerated or getting that, and if we turn off both, well, then we go back to the old state of affairs where we are constantly gaining LP. Now, let's see, how much LP do we have right now? I don't know how much I've been using. We're doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well. So I think that probably the next, is my LP going down? Feel like it should be going down. Did I break something? So that's not on. And that's not on. And someone's, of course, paging me. So why is this broken? Is it just a matter of maybe tapping it? Did something horrifying happen? That's weird. Well, let's turn that back. Wow, not what I wanted to do. No, dang it. This wand's a little bit powerful. Anyways, I think what we're gonna do today is we're probably going to work on, I'll fix this in a little bit because we're not desperate for LP. We're probably going to work on improving our armor and mobility situation, and I'm going to take a little bit of time to talk about how I did Thaumcraft. I realized that in my rush to, oh god, these things are out of control. In my rush to improve my ability to fight back against lying, I have had a few problems where I just haven't had time to really explain to you. Now, I know that a lot of people watch my channel because it's technical, and so when I don't explain things, it kind of ruins the whole point of it, right? Like, people want to know what I'm doing and why. My builds are something people watch for, you know, etc. So I definitely need to work on that aspect of things. Now, what that means precisely for you guys, let's just put down a few of these here because they're still pretty cool to have, and they spread, and they actually do help the altar. And by the way, look at this back here. Right, look at this back here. It's out of control. These freaking things. I need to build like a scythe or something and just take them all out because this is just, it's kind of gross actually. I should plant these over by lying just as a grief. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of armor improvements, and then I think last episode I was really hard up for gold getting this earth infusion. I think what I need to do is figure out a way to just really snipe a lot of gold, and I think part of what we're gonna do there is we're gonna improve our I guess, ore processing to go to ore tripling with mechanism. We're actually going to probably try to do, well, I don't know. We may do it in here just because we can for now. I really do want to start moving up there, but I need to start making floors and stuff, and I haven't had a chance to, just because I need so much gold, right? So I need gold before I can actually start equal trading things. But I'll probably build a few floors off camera between this episode and the next, just so that we have that stuff. In the meantime, what I think we'll do is we'll pull out my Thaumonomicon, right? And we'll take a look here. I still am really upset that this somehow got broken, because it really should be the case that if I turn that off, I begin to lose my life, right? I mean, right. Huh. Anyways, let's go ahead and replenish our hunger and look at the Thaumonomicon, because what we actually want to have happen here is we want to pick out a few tactical things to do. I've been doing a lot of research. Not the least of which, I mean, some of that I still need to do. Like, I just need to get that done. I don't have Node Najjar yet, although I can move them with teleposers. Little known fact, you can use blood magic teleposers to move things. I got a lot to get here, but some of the things I really want is I really want a wand focus of warding. Oh, I need another star, so we'll have to work on getting another star. I'll have to be stronger for that, because right now I can't beat the Wither. So I probably need to make a stronger set of wand focuses and make some better armor. I think that this runic armor could be cool. Now, eventually we'll make blood armor. And blood armor is way better than runic armor in many ways. But the blood armor takes a lot of work and a lot of blood, and we're not quite to the point where we want to be with that. So I think we're going to try and make some runic armor, which requires the infusion. Now, for folks who don't know about infusion, because I've been going super fast, I know some people don't know a lot about Thaumcraft. Basically, this is the infusion altar here, and there's a lot of ways you can make it. And I'm going to need to improve this one if I'm actually going to have any prayer of successfully making the thing that we've discussed. Now, because basically the way it works is that like there's this instability factor. So you see that instability. As we make recipes, instability manifests. And if the instability grows too high, then terrible things happen. Things blow up, things pop off, etc., etc. But we also need to use alchemy here to cook up various essentia in these jars, and then we use that to make things. So what we're gonna, and then, by the way, that's how you set up components. You right click. What we need to do is make the runic armor, which isn't actually too expensive. We have almost everything that we need, with the exception these primal charms are a little bit expensive on gold. And we'll need a lot of Salus Mundus, and we're going to need a whole lot of core essentia, including Ordo, which is hard for us to make. For that, we need gold. So I think we're going to hold off on that in the immediate term, and instead we're going to go and see if we can research and make this pickaxe of the core. I'll need to research this really fast. All right, folks, well, not only have I managed to get my rituals back online, but I managed to get my research done. So we're refilling our LP pool, and I just got this pickaxe of the core, which looks pretty easy to make, actually. Really easy to make with a little bit of thaumium, which I'll go into in a sec. And also, I unlocked the arcane boar, which I'm excited about making, and mirror magic, which is actually really, really useful, and I'm probably going to get very soon. But what I wanted to know was that several of these things that I want, like this Essentia mirror, which I will explain at a later date when I use it, they all have high instability. Now, I realized that I've been picking up a lot of new viewers who may not have seen me go through a bunch of the Thaumcraft stuff and may not know a lot about the mod. So I'm actually going to take a minute to talk a little bit about Infusion. Sorry if this is old material for some of my longtime viewers, but I have picked up a lot of folks from Chaosville who seem to be a little bit confused because the players here, a lot of them don't use Thaumcraft. Infusion is tier 2 crafting and artificing for Thaumcraft, and you can get it through research. It's not particularly hard to unlock, and it does require some medium tier wands that you don't need Infusion to actually create. And then you use Infusion to do things like make the high tier wands. For example, the Silverwood Wand Core requires Infusion, other things. Oh, I accidentally researched that. That's not great. But, you know, like the basic wands just require the use of the arcane work table that you've seen me use. Infusion's something different. You go ahead and you basically use this alchemy system here to create jars of essentia. Now you can load the warded jars by hand, as I did earlier, or you could set up a cute little golem with an alchemy research to, like an alchemy's core, to go ahead and set that up. So I have actually a fair number of things here. But I'm looking at these things I want to make, and while the pickaxe of the core is pretty simple and straightforward to make, it has negligible instability. The other things I want to make, like the runic armor, have moderate instability, and in some of the other stuff I want to make further down here has high instability or very high instability. Well, this is just a scary recipe. Now, we need to combat instability with stabilizing agents. Now, Thaumcraft Infusion is all about harmony, symmetry, putting things down in such a way that your altar understands they're there, and you really do need a lot of them. However, for our purposes, we can probably get pretty far with our first recipes without too much overboard. Now, the things I'm very certain affect the stability of the altar is crystal clusters and candles. Now, I've put together 4 crystal clusters first out of Ordo shards, which I happen to have a lot of Ordo shards. Just by chance, I found a lot. Now, so the first thing we're going to do is I've dug these little pits. You can put these up to 5 below, and I think up to 11 on either side and 5 above. So you can actually have a lot of them, and you should by the end if you actually want to make very high and high. But today we're only going to be doing some basic stuff. So I'm just going to plonk down one of these. Now, it's important that you sort of count out symmetrically how far you are from each point. And you make sure that for every item of a single type, like for example, Ordo shards, it's the same, there's a symmetrical distance on the other side. So in this case, we have 4. Now, what that means for us is that I should probably go make another 4 and put that, I guess, if the infusion matrix is here, well, it should be fine actually. That's pretty good. It's best to have it on 2 axes of symmetry. So I guess it's one above. So we would go like this. Yeah, that's one below and that's one above. So I can go make another set and then we'll put them here. I believe it's symmetrical to the center pillar, not the matrix itself, which is kind of weird, but that seems to be what my tests indicate. So we'll go ahead and we'll make 4 more of those. In the meantime, though, I wanted to show you how you can do this. So I'm going to walk over to this warded jar and just kind of grab, I guess, how much am I carrying? Actually, just 1 should be enough, I think, for the... Well, no, let's grab 2. If you just right-click with these little files, which are really easy to make, right? Just glass. It's basically a double bottle recipe. You can get these little files that can hold Essentia in them. Now, this stuff is super cool. It's super awesome. This is pure bottled magic, which is one of the rare ones, although I use Darkcraft to just kind of power through that problem, because force ingots, if you make them and use the force nuggets, actually net quite a bit of things. So here we have a bubbling cauldron bubbling away. So all I have to do to make candles, let me show you. Candle. We're gonna get a candle. There we go. Unlit candle, blah, 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 blah. Here are the Thaumcraft candles. So white tallow candle needs 2 magic tallow. We make a magic tallow by tossing in a little bit of Precanto. I can actually show you. The magic tallow is, let's see, in alchemy. Here, magic tallow. 2 Precanto, and then you toss in 1 rotten flesh. So this sucker's bubbling with water, and we've got 16 Precanto and 8 rotten flesh. So if we just toss in this pure aspect, and then we toss in the rotten flesh, you see, and boom, we get a whole bunch of that stuff. Fantastic, right? So now we can go ahead, grab some string, and just make a whole bunch of these, like 12 of these candles, which we're just going to put all over the freaking place. Let's see, where's some string hiding out? I think in here. So let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So now we've got this just sheer amount. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm sorry, I can't take this anymore. Video settings, where's particles? Decreased. We're just going to turn these to minimal now because I can't stand those freaking particles. The worst part of blood magic is just the ceaseless particle spam you have to endure. It's the worst. Anyways, that's off. Okay, it's kind of sad though because, well, we'll turn it back on a little bit. Let's go ahead and craft these things. Now we're also going to put these down. Oh yeah, I have to make these in the table. Let me grab some more order shards while we're here, and we'll put those there as well. So let's just go. Where is it? Right here. Yes. So let's just make 4 more of these. There we go. And we'll go ahead and put these out before continuing. Now, if you are not playing in a mod pack with Darkcraft, what are you doing? But a mod pack with Darkcraft, uh-oh, that's not right, is it? Is that actually in totally... Is this in totally the wrong place? I didn't put it here, did I? Okay, good. It's here. There we go. All right. Whew, I was a little worried there for a sec. Go ahead and put this there. Sorry. So I just lost my train of thought, like freaking out about that. Let's see. What are the candles? They're made, they should be, oh, it's probably just not a shapeless recipe. That's why. We can probably make these right here. Let's just go ahead and make, like, in the center. There we go. Right. Now we can go ahead and put candles here similarly, right? And we're just going to put these kind of on the bottom and then cover them up with dirt for now, because that should be good. And we'll put these here to help also minimize the strain of things. And the more symmetrical the build is, the better off you are. And this one can go under here. Yep. And then we'll close this off. And this is down where Lying laid that trap that didn't fire for us. Supposedly he set another trap for me, but once again, I did not see it. So I'm not sure if he actually did or if he thought it was too scary and called. I don't know what he did. Because, you know, you never know with Lying. If he could, maybe, I could envision that guy, that Witch of the Woods, actually doing a whole episode that he knows that I watch him, and maybe doing it just to juke me, just to be like, okay, we gotta do this one. All right. So now we have got a whole bunch of things, and let's also lay out some here. Well, no, let's put them in between because that's more symmetrical. Here, 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 and here. Right. And then I guess we can just we have enough so we can just put them in here too. This is pretty fun actually. There's candles everywhere. And these candles are much less effective than the crystal clusters, but they are better. And by the way, single type crystal clusters are supposedly less effective than mixed type. Anyways, so now we have sort of, I should just research these because that's great research. And then the white tallow candle, bing, also more awesomeness. Yeah, so these, you know, these clusters basically, this will make our infusions much more likely to succeed, but at the cost of kind of making it harder to navigate around our altar. So we're definitely going to have to be a little bit aware of that. Now let me go ahead and grab the stuff we need to start making our pickaxe of the core, and then I'll show you why I made it, because it's interesting, and then we'll probably get to a mechanical build, but I'll show you the whole process of infusion, and we've just improved the situation of our altar as well. All right, folks, so I have gone and set up everything on the table, and I just need to make sure that I have enough essentia to actually complete things. So I go ahead and I take a look and I say, well, I definitely have enough ignis, because I know I have a jar just full of that. And I definitely have, well, I actually don't have any Sensus or any Perfodio. So once you get a little golem set up, it's a lot easier. But what you need to do is set up one of these arcane alembics and alchemical furnaces, and then toss in something. Now, I know that Lapis Lazuli has a whole bunch of this stuff, and all of it. So now, as you can see, the little golem is rapidly filling up a jar just with this Sensus junk. Now, it's not the most useful of essentia, so I may empty it later on. For example, let's see, where's one that we could empty without feeling too bad? Is there any around here that we could empty without feeling too bad? Not really. We'll have to figure it out. But there's an empty jar around here somewhere. I'm sure we'll find it. Right, so, and we can make more jars if we need it. It's just we're getting kind of pressed for space, and these builds are always tricky. Let him finish. Oh, actually, you know what? No. So we also need this Perfodio stuff. Now, I actually didn't know offhand. I should have known offhand, but I was kind of like, I wonder what has that. I don't know. One of the things you can do is go into the aspects of magic section, and if you hover over something, everything that you've researched with that thing will show up. So as you can see, Alienus is quite rare for me, whereas, you know, Aqua is pretty common. Arbor is just freaking everywhere. But if we go to Perfodio, we'll see that I've only researched a few things, specifically Darkcraft pickaxes, iron pickaxes, and wooden pickaxes. So every wooden pickaxe has one Perfodio, and we need 8 for this process, I think. Yeah, 8. So I'm also going to make a whole bunch of those and toss them in, let them cook. 8, right. Let me do that, and then we will be able to start the process of infusion, which should just go off without a hitch, given all the stabilization that we're doing to this. And there we go, folks. I have the Perfodio I need. So we definitely have the Perfodio. We definitely have the Ignis. And, I mean, that should be everything we need, right? Because we definitely have 16 Sensus. Right. Why don't we go ahead and donk this guy with a wand? Now, it's best to take off your focus, which is Shift F, and then just give it a tap. It doesn't actually take anything out of it. And now we just watch and hope that nothing goes wrong, because I don't have any spare components. That's inadvisable, but I think with this recipe we're safe. In cases with high instability... It happened! Why did it happen? Oh, what did we lose? What did we lose? We lost a diamond? No, we lost the Great Wood Log. Okay, we gotta hurry and get the Great Wood Log in there. Now, I don't understand why that would even possibly happen with negligible... Oh, man, that's so annoying. Because it should just work. I'm going to have to check and make sure that I fully understand what's going on there, because clearly something's wrong. Can you eat that, please? See, now it may just be going insane. Oh, is it missing Sensus? Yeah, over 8 Sensus. Oh, when that happens, it's just terrible things can occur. Alright, let's just get on this. We can save this. I don't understand how a negligible one could go so wrong. And also, it just ruins my frame rate in the process. Okay, get in there. Okay, there we go. Whew. That's really super annoying. Alright. But we have a pickaxe of the core, and I gotta figure out what's going on with this business, because that should not be how things are. And I'm gonna have to clean that up. The easiest way to clean it up, by the way, is really just to go ahead and use some water. So let's just go ahead and block this off, and then you can just use water for it. I don't want to, of course, ruin all my crops. So let's just go like that. And then we'll use blood magic to summon some water. Like so. And that gets rid of it all. Let me go ahead and finish cleaning up here after that disastrous occasion, and then we'll see what we can do with this new toy we have. Ta-da! All right, folks, so I'm just tearing down my ore system. We really need to increase the amount of ore that we're getting out of our processing. So what I've done is I've basically started tearing this all down and getting rid of all the microblocks and all those things because I want to get us up to a place where we're doing a lot better in terms of actual ore processing. Now, what we have so far is not so bad, and we could make it substantially better. However, I'm not going to, because ultimately, no matter how good we make this system, it's never going to be quite so good as we were hoping. Now, that isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's not like the mod is somehow bad or anything. It's just a matter of us actually wanting to have a really, really high-end potential for our ore processing. So if you're using this system after I had shown it, or if you just kind of did it on your own, which is probably far more likely, it's not saying anything bad about these mods, just noting that, you know, they aren't quite the potential we want. So what we're going to do is set up a mechanism or quadrupling pipeline really fast. I'm going to go through it kind of quick, but in general, if you do want to see this, find Bevo Spotlight. He goes over it in exhaustive detail, and that's exactly what you want. What we're going to do is sort of, well, you can see we've got these power lines here, and what we need to do is set up a situation such that, well, we want to have a nice back to this, but let's worry about that later. We'll do that off camera. I can set that up with facades. Let's see, we got these. So how's this going to look? We want to have an input and then an output. I guess what we're going to do is tear this here. We'll tear these out. Right? We'll leave that there for now. And we'll tear this out too. And so now we'll put these all here. Here, here, and here. So there we go, 3. And I'll repair this wall a little bit. But basically what we want to do is start off by having our purification chamber. The purification chamber is going to go, well, actually, you know what? No. You know what we're going to do? We'll see. We'll start with it here. So the purification chamber is going to charge up right away. And that is a system that takes ores and it triples them. And we have this fine hopper here. And we are going to go ahead and put that right there. Now, all we have to do is sort of run these guys in a line. So you go from purification to crusher to enrichment. And then finally, we go to energized smelter, which is the actual thing that does the smelting on the output. And so then all we have to do is run up a little bit of power cable up around the sides here, right? So that we can go like this. And then I guess we can get rid of all these other cables here. We don't need that one or this one, right? Right. Yeah, should be good there. So now we have this, and this would actually work. In fact, if I were to toss in a little bit of ore, we would find that this system would work all except the purification chamber. The purification chamber needs, actually needs a little bit of an extra step. Now, the easiest thing you can possibly do with the purification chamber is feed it flint. This is actually the original method from way back in the day. I did this in my series 2 seasons ago. But if you toss flint in this, right here, you can see that it gets a little bit of oxygen, and now we could triple a single ore. But that's not what we necessarily want to do. That's actually kind of a pain, right? Making flint is not necessarily easy, and while we could do it, it's not very renewable. So what we're actually going to do is set up out here a little bit of an extra system to go ahead and generate the gases that we need. So what we're going to do is, I think I have it in here, or is it in, which bag did I put it in? Here we go. We have some pressurized tube for gases. So what we're going to do is run pressurized tube, which is the only thing which can transport mechanism gases. We'll go ahead and run that here, break this, and we're going to run a line out over here, along with power, to actually run through this part of the build. So let's go ahead and run that there, right? And that's where we'll put our, we'll toss some of our machines back in here first. Clear up a little bit of our inventory space, because man, am I bad at managing inventory. These are electrolytic separators. These are the things that we're going to need to actually improve, like basically to improve the output of this. So I think we put these, let's see, we'll put them right here, right? And then we'll run the power underneath that. Actually, we can probably put them right here even. let me see. We'll maybe another one of these pressurized tubes. I may have miscounted. But, yeah, we'll go like this. And then let's see what side this is, because one side, it's basically the electrolytic separator splits gas. And so if it's fed a gas, it splits into two. In our case, I think that we're going to be outputting, I think the blue is hydrogen and the red is oxygen. The hydrogen is useful for power, and we might make use of that. But let's go ahead and go like this. All right, folks, so there we go. We got that set up. Now, these guys actually need a water source. Now, it's pretty easy for me to just run over and make a... What we're going to do is use the exact same system that we have over here. So let me go make that really fast. Of course, we can just go like this. I think this can go in the top. So let's just go like that. And then we can put that there. Use our trusty water sigil to go ahead and make this an infinite water source, and then bind it over like so. Now that should begin to fill these up with water as soon as this figures out what it's doing. It may take a look. There we go. So we're going to tell it to dump the hydrogen for now, and we're going to have it output the oxygen, which it looks like now this is filled up with oxygen. And so immediately we should start to see that this thing is full of oxygen. Now, I'm not sure if I'm gonna split off some hydrogen. I could make a hydrogen generator. They're not very hard to make. In fact, they're pretty straightforward, right? There's two steel casings, an electrolytic core, which is the only exotic thing is a little bit of gold dust, and a whole lot of these enriched alloys. And that actually outputs a fair sum of power. But, you know, to be honest, I'm not exactly hurting for power either right now. I mean, I got all the power I need. And so I don't feel super compelled at the moment to change up my power. I probably will change up my power when we start to move up there. But I think all I really have to do is just go ahead and repair this wall. And yeah, and that'll be pretty much it, because this looks like it's just about done. Let me go grab the things I need and maybe think about upgrading this, because this is getting a little bit full. And that's not fantastic. But yeah, let me go grab some ores too, and I can show you. Oh, well, you know what? First, let's configure it. Now that it's all set, what we have to do is set it up so that, well, do I have a configurator on me? I should. I put one away a long time ago. Well, it doesn't matter. Basically, each one of these things has a side. We mentioned this earlier with the configurator, that each one of these has a side. So what we're going to do is set up auto ejection, and set it, if we look at the texture, we see that blue is the output side, just like with the machines we set up over there. So all we have to do is tell it to auto eject on the blue side there. This guy should have the red is the input, right? So what we should do is make sure the bottom is red. There we go. And of course, auto eject to the blue. This, we want the red to be here. And then the blue actually should be down. So let's go ahead and make that gray or whatever. Dark blue goes down. This already should, oh, and wait, easy to forget. Don't forget auto eject, right? And then this device here, it should already have the top set up correctly as dark red, and then the right is dark blue. So all we have to do is turn on auto eject. Now, that's actually a complete ore pipeline for one type. We could upgrade this further, but I think we'll be fine for now, because this is a pretty fast setup. So just to be clear, let me go grab a piece of ore, and I can show you exactly what this looks like for those of you who haven't seen it before. Because I am moving a little bit fast here, just because, well, I mean, ore processing is good and important, but it's also just kind of like a meh thing, right? Like, I mean, it's ore processing. We all got it. All right, folks, so real fast, let's just go ahead before I patch up the wall and show you what this looks like, more or less. So, the first, oh, yeah, that's right. We have to set this guy up so that he actually has an input on the right side there. There we go. So what's going to happen is these things come in, and this machine, somewhat slowly, but not too expensively, you can see it only is using 20 RF a tick, begins to output, and then spits up one of these, well, 3 of these iron clumps. So that's the ore triplication right there. It uses a little bit of oxygen to spit out iron ore. Now, this is not too complicated a process, as you can see. Basically, then these things split up into dirty iron dust, which then ends up in the energized smelter. We're going to make upgrades to go ahead and get this done. As you can see, we're just constantly pushing oxygen in there. These electrolytic separators, no problem whatsoever. The entire draw of this system is, each one of these takes 20 RF a ticks. That's 1 engine and then 2 engines. So this takes up 2 of our downstairs engines, right? So it's a pretty efficient process. If we speed it up, it'll take more. So with that, folks, I'm going to start cleaning up this wall because it is a little messy for my tastes. And I'm going to do that by kind of pulling this off and saying thank you very, very much for watching. I have really enjoyed recently, basically the aspect, the promise of getting back into the tech side of things, getting ready for all of Liang's various shenanigans has also been fairly exciting on my end, and I'm sure we'll see more soon. And oh, by the way, in case you haven't seen this, these are those facades I was talking about. How cool is this? We can just toss those in there, and boom. Yes, and so if you like what you've seen, please remember to leave a like, leave a subscribe, all those things and more, because I definitely would love to keep doing this, and I'd love to get your input on what you want to see next. If you don't want to see me do any more magic, please let me know, and I can make things a little bit more techy. If you want to see me, work more on the magic and just totally eschew the tech, I can. Although I gotta tell you, oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Oh no. Oh well. We'll just go ahead and put that right there. All of them? That was probably a bug. That's cool. I'm sure that will come back later. Oh, inventory desync bugs. Anyways, yes, leave a like or subscribe. The only reason I started doing this tech again is that I confess Strife was giving me a little bit of guff about it, and so I'll just leave that there for the fun of it. We'll fix this up later because it's not perfect, but we're going to be moving out of this and up into the big tower as soon as I can get a fair supply of gold. But yeah, Will Strife has been giving me a little bit of gumption about this whole process, and so I wanted to point out that yes, I too can do tech still. I've been doing a lot of the magic because it's been a lot of fun, but I can still do the tech. I mean, look at this. I got my fucking teleporter right here. Like, holy crap, that's amazing, right? Anyways, please leave a like or subscribe. Let me know what you'd like to hear more of. If you want to see me get deeper into Thaumcraft, if you have any fun ideas for power, I think we're going to be working on the, next week we'll be working on this. I'm not sure if I'm going to have 2 episodes this week because of other stuff that's going on, specifically with the Yogscast pack, which was announced recently. How did this get in here? How did you get in here? Oh, yes, there was a Yogscast pack that's been announced. We're working on it. I think I've mentioned it briefly. No big deal, but we'll be doing all their work, and I've been working kind of back and forth with them to get them exactly what they want. In the meantime, please leave your comments and let me know what you want to see more of, and I'll make sure to make it happen. Thank you for watching!